I think there'll be a lot of breast beating and lots of violent demonstrations and finger pointing at India's poor performance here at the ICC World T20, but I'm not sure what is going to be worse, India's performance or the reaction to India's performance. Because I think we need to cut through everything and come to the main point. Why did India lose? And I think it can be answered in 4 words. India weren't good enough. And if you're not good enough, you will lose. And I just think that with the hype around the IPL, we had started believing that we were better than we actually were. And for those of you following this blog, and I hope there have been a few, you'd recall we had said it about a couple of games ago that India just did not look good enough. Now, in a game like this one against Sri Lanka, where they got off to a fantastic start, now again the running between the wickets was not bad. It was ordinary. It was pathetic, the running between wickets. But still India got to 90 for 1 after 10 overs, which means the platform was set for 180. You could have dreamed of a 200, but the platform was set for 180. But India didn't get there. I know Mahendra Singh Dhoni said at the end of the press conference that Sri Lanka executed their plans very well. Maybe the track was slowing up a little bit. But surely, if batting was our strength, we had to go on. But that did not happen. And I think the bowling has been extremely ordinary right throughout. Most teams are making a statement. The best team in this tournament by long distance is Australia. They make a statement with the new ball. As I said before on this blog, India's reaction to the new ball is to move pawn one position and say, right, gentlemen, the game started, let's move on. I mean, the deficiency in the bowling was shown up by the ease with which Sri Lanka stepped up 1 gear. There was a time when it looked like they might struggle a little bit, 70 odd from 9 overs, asking rate 8.5 an over, a couple of wickets down. But India suddenly found on the field there was no one to take charge. It would be easy to point a finger at Harbhajan, but Harbhajan was India's best bowler by a very long margin, and he had a bad match. He had a really bad match. Maybe him bowling with a new ball was a better idea, I don't know. But suddenly India had no one there. And then when Nehra and Vinay Kumar came back, you realize that when the batsmen attacked them, they just weren't there. That is when a bowler is really tested. So I would avoid all forms of breast beating. I'd go back and say, right, we've now had fairly similar players playing 2 editions of the ICC World T20 in England and now here in the West Indies. Let me identify those that are just not good enough at this level. And I think you look at a Ravindra Jadeja. Maybe he's got time, but he's not ready at the moment. You look at a Nehra who took wickets for you, but just at crucial moments is not the spirit of your attack. You look at Yusuf Pathan and say, maybe not at this level anymore. Let him go back, learn to play the bouncer and come back and become the destructive player he is at this level. So there's 3 or 4 players out there that you suspect now don't belong at this level anymore. So maybe you need to look at this constructively and say, right, now we know who cannot, let's move on. But eventually, if you cast emotion aside, I think you'll say India didn't deserve to be in the semi-final.